That's rolling. Okay. So this week we're looking at a brand new comic, Dork or Dork, written and drawn by Brett Bean, who is a British cartoonist. Who some people who know a bit about comics will know he's worked with Scotty Young on I Hate Fairyland, and he also did a great series called Grommets last year from Image Comics, who this is published by. Grommets was about the skate scene in the early to mid 1980s.
Yes, I don't like skateboards.
Liza Mariah doesn't get on very well with skateboards.
I fell off and broke my arm. And
So-
everybody laughed at the hospital when I said what I was doing. In the end, I gave them permission to laugh because they was trying not to. If anybody hears some grunts and groans and things, it's not me. I have a dog on my lap, and she was making some weird noises a little while ago. Oh, now she's
being really she's being really soppy.
Yeah, she wants a tummy rub.
Yeah.
Right. Well, look at this now. We've had a few technical issues. So a few minutes ago we discussed this, and it wasn't recorded, was it?
No, so we're starting afresh, which is great, and it's fresh because this comic is literally hot off the presses. It came out last week, I think. As at time of recording, it came out a week ago. I've been really looking forward to this series. I heard about it last year because obviously Scotty Young's been talking about it because he's worked with Brett in the past, and there's been a lot of publicity coming up. When we've talked about printings before, even though this is the first issue, the first printing sold out before it had even been released, so it was all on pre-orders and everything. So loads of people had pre-ordered it. So the first printing sold out. There was an immediately pullback for a second printing, which is also sold out and is now on its third printing.
And I was wondering how long the print run was, and I was wondering whether it would be a really good publicity stunt to have them selling out. So whether it was a short run, but that's me being cynical about business. Not that I'm anti-business in any way.
Yeah.
But I just wonder those things.
Well, I mean, Image are one of the bigger companies. They're probably, if you like, in third place after Marvel and DC. Image was started in the early 90s by a lot of artists and everything who had been working predominantly for Marvel. There was Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, and another person who I can't remember. I'll have to look up my comic history. But they wanted to do their own thing. We've talked about creators' rights before and what they wanted, because Marvel, you were effectively artists for hire to do stuff.
Yes.
So you didn't own your own work. You didn't own your own characters. You were only working on like Spider-Man or the Hulk or something like that.
Yes.
Whereas I think what people were starting to get to was they wanted to own their own work and have, being cynical, make more money from it, because they
They deserve to make the money, because
Exactly.
it's all very well, even if they were paid quite a lot for what they did when they did it, it wouldn't have been consistent work, would it?
No, absolutely. You were kind of hired on a month-to-month basis.
Yes, and that's, if people have got families,
Yeah.
mortgages, and
You
what
had
have
to you had to be quite well established to be like kept on as to write, say, a whole year's worth of comics. There are certain names from the 80s like Walter Simonson, who reinvigorated Thor in the 80s. He wrote and drew that, and I think he did it for about 3 years, but he'd been in the industry a long time, so he had a bit more clout behind him to actually, ask for more rights to his work and for more money as well.
yes.
But anyway, rather than decrying the comic industry, let's have a look at a brand new comic.
Deafen me.
Sorry, took a breath. Let's look at the issue 1 of Dork by Brett Bean, with John Francis Bellew on colours and Nat Pikios on letters. I love to see the fact that everyone's getting credited now. These guys have worked together before when they've worked on I Hate Fairyland, and they both work with Scotty on all of his other titles as well.
I noticed this is well, it's a map, but it's divided into two. Is it goodies and baddies, perhaps?
Yeah, so the basic premise of Dork is it's like a Middle Earth, like Tolkien, like Dungeons and Dragons. It's fantasy, fighting fantasy, and so Brett's taken the opportunity here with the first page to show where the story is actually taking place. And yes, there is sort of a light and a dark side to it, with this ominous scar, as it's described here, ominous scar running through the middle of the land. So there's clearly two sides. I think there's even some of this looks like it could almost be a skull and crossbones here. But that might be me reading too much into it.
I can't see that myself, but you mentioned when I was talking to you earlier about that equating to that.
Yeah, so looking here on the front, on this first page, which we call a splash page because it makes a splash, it introduces the story. So there's this scar we've got running down the middle of the map, and you can actually see it echoed here in the middle of the background here, between this battle that's going on between the light and the dark.
Yes, I was impressed that you noticed that. You clearly look at it for a long time. Me, I glance, move on.
Well, I
It's
mean,
your thing.
I love comics. I love the way that comics work and the way that they tell stories. And if I get into a certain artist or writer, I will pick up a lot of what they do, and I will look at it quite in depth. As I say, I've been waiting for this title for quite a while now, and it's an inspiration on my style.
Yeah, Dork Days Ahead.
So that's a pun on Dark Days Ahead, but they've used Dork as it's the title of the comic.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, are these the names of the people?
So yeah, you've got Brett Bean here for art and story, Jean-Francois Belleau, who does the colouring, and Nate Piekos, who is the lettering, and he also he designed the logo for it and does the
Who's
design.
that name?
Nate Piekos is an American letterer.
I was thinking there's a bit of a French by
I think Jean-Francois is Canadian. There's
Canadian French.
big Canadian French community.
Or French Canadian.
Yeah, French Canadian.
Quebec and that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
Yes. One thing I do notice about this is that the text is quite small. Now, I'm big on the use of comics to encourage people with poor reading and writing skills to read, because it's a way of quickly enjoying something that they might give up if it was a book. So it was good, but that isn't not very helpful.
But to counter that a little bit, in comic terms, that's actually quite large text.
But that's irrelevant, really.
No.
It needs to be the right size.
I know it needs to be the right size, but the fact that it is actually bigger, they allow a bit more space for the letters to be there.
It's a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction.
Is it all uppercase?
It's all uppercase, yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing that, in my opinion, it would be very good for it to be upper and lowercase. Again, for people that are poor reading skills, that will help them.
Yeah.
But anyway, maybe somebody will listen.
Nate, if you're listening, use upper and lowercase.
I'm climbing off my high horse now.
Okay, so we're moving into the story here. The story that it's clearly moved on from the opening scene, which is set in daylight. We're now moved into the night time. We can see a shadowy figure running through the undergrowth in some woodland, and we've got a fire with what look like probably trolls or ogres. They're roasting meat over an open fire.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's got a unicorn head. Unicorns turn up a lot in the fantasy world that Scotty and Brett have drawn.
I quite like the idea of unicorns. They can't be baddies. Surely they can't be.
Well, no, he's eating a unicorn. He's got a unicorn's head on a stick.
Oh, well, he's a goodie and he's eating another goodie. Yeah. What's going on here? What are these two people?
So we see this shadowy character up in the trees, and he's having a conversation with his shield, who is actually sentient, who's a living shield. Mm-hmm. The shield is a bit bloodthirsty and wants the character to jump into the fray. So right down here at the bottom, it's just another. It's a longer shot, as we would call, of the ogres and whatever around the campfire.
Now I read fantasy books,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not uncommon to have something like a sword or shield trying to egg on the person to be violent.
Yeah.
So it's not it's a reasonably common.
It's a
concept,
common
isn't it?
device in
But I've
fantasy.
never
Yeah.
seen one where it was a shield,
Yeah.
because the shield by nature is supposed to be saving people.
Absolutely. But you can see here that the two characters are actually arguing. Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. So bursting out of the undergrowth comes sort of an adventurers party. There's kind of a paladin looking kind of character and a barbarian, even though he's a
paladin.
paladin is I think another word for like a knight. Paladins are usually quite religious. A bit like
Knights Templar.
bit like the Crusaders.
Yeah, Knights Templar.
Yeah, Knights Templar. And we've got another character who's more of a barbarian, even though he's clearly a Cyclops. And they're jumping out onto the group of ogres.
Right. What can I say about that, really? They're hiding. Oh, this is a really good tree, isn't it? I rather like my trees.
Yeah, you're quite partial to a tree in a comic.
Yes, a tree. That strange thing is something.
Right down here at the bottom of this page, the shield turns round and says, "Get in there and hurt something." He clearly wants to get into a fight. And this other character, who's a frog wizard,
Right.
is like, "Is that tree yelling at us?" And then everybody sort of stops fighting, and they're looking up at the shield, hurling abuse at them.
Well,
And the other character's looking a bit dismayed, sort of like, "I don't want to do that," kind of thing.
right, yes. Well, they're confused and I'm confused too, but never mind, moving on.
So we'll move on to. So we've got some of the. They're talking about the scar there between the land, and then the character jumps down, and at the bottom of the page, the frog wizard goes, "It's the dog."
I really like that picture. That's a very good face.
Brett does expressions and because he draws in more of a cartoony style, he draws expressions really, really well. So yeah, so you can see here Dork is looking a little bit unsettled, a bit concerned, and he's like, just he's just a bit bewildered.
He's not the only one, is he?
No, I've got bewildered as well. And he's trying to say his name, but everyone else shouts out, "Dork!"
What's this?
So here, all the other characters are looking at Dork, and they're saying about this prophecy, and then they're all suddenly turned around.
Hang on, what prophecy?
The prophecy born in the light and living in the dark will bring about the end of the world.
Oh, fancy.
So because the Dork is half dwarf from the light side and half orc from the dark side, he's going to destroy everything. So
Or
this
put
is
it all together.
this is everyone turning their weapons onto him. They shout out, "Kill!"
Oh, I
They
see.
shout-
These are weapons.
So there's swords, and there's the frog wizard holding up his wand there, and they're all shouting, "Kill the Dork!"
Oh, I didn't understand this picture because I looked at the yellow thing and that's what I was focusing on. But now I can see it. I need you to tell me what I'm looking at, don't
Yeah.
I?
So Dork turns around to his shield and he says, "I blame you for this. Now what?" The shield says, "I waited 20 years for this."
Oh, that is a very nice, colourful page.
And then he says, "Violence." And then the shield starts literally dragging Dork into a fight. So something that's very prevalent in Brett's work when he's been doing fantasy stuff like this, so especially when he was working on I Hate Fairyland, there's a lot of cartoon violence in there.
Yes.
So there's a lot of fighting and seeing limbs going astray and stuff like that.
But it's nice to see some colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's compared to the darker stuff here, which is like the nighttime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're getting more impact here.
And what is this mauve thing?
So that's the Cyclops barbarian
Baggy?
getting walloped by the shield. I think the shield is basically saying he's going to hit anybody.
Oh, so he's not a baddie.
No, I think he's one of the light side. The two characters here are on the dark side.
This is a very nice picture too. I can't entirely see. That is the dog, isn't it?
No, this is the Frog Wizard.
Oh, God.
And he's
Hang on, he's not the right colour.
No, because he's making it. They've made it gruesome here. They've changed the colouring to give it more emphasis, so it's all gone over to red because there's blood flying out all over the place.
Oh, I see. What's happening to him? Is he
So
flying?
this is the shield slamming into the back of his head and cutting his hat in half.
Oh dear. I thought that was a nice picture, and I'm not so sure.
It's a bit gruesome.
Lots of nice blues in this one.
Yeah.
I very much like this. What's that supposed to be, a flag?
So you've got flags hanging up. This is like a tavern, like an inn. After the fight has gone down,
Well, you have to have a drink then, don't you?
you have to go and have a drink.
I go and have a pie.
So he says about a flagon of gulch gravy and slap a centaur. Go and hit somebody else. So they go to this pub, which is actually called the Gravy Gulch Inn. So it's an inn.
Gravy Gulch.
Gravy Gulch.
Gravy Gulch.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Gravy's gravy, I suppose.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, gravy is gravy in this.
And Gulch?
Gulch is, I think, a term for a plain or kind of wasteland. It's
Oh,
used...
you don't mean an aeroplane?
No.
Right, okay, so it's in the middle of nowhere.
Kind of
Is that what it's implying?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So we've got Dork and his shield arguing again. And then you see there's a little rooster character who's bringing over the drinks.
Have they started a fight in the pub now?
There's a fight has broken out in the pub.
What's this rooster doing?
So the rooster is like the barman or the waiter. And he's talking to Dork, and he's apologising for about the ruckus, about the fight.
But Dork started it, didn't he?
No, Dork didn't start this fight. This is a barroom brawl. This is broken out in the tavern, in the inn.
Oh dear, right. So we've got
Dork is actually sitting.
Here.
Dork is actually sitting trying to sit quietly in the background. He just wants a quiet life to drink his gravy.
Oh, I see. But there's not one fight, another fight. Who's this aimed at? 14-year-old boys?
Probably. Or 56-year-old boys who like a bit of cartoon violence.
Would you like me to hit you?
So this is actually the physical middle of the comic. No, I wouldn't like you to hit me. This is actually the physical middle of the comic. So Brett's used the full 2-page spread to really let the artwork come to life.
I've seen that before in something we've looked at, but I can't remember what now.
But Dork's actually getting a bit hacked off now and actually starts...
Hacked off, is that?
No, it's not a pun. It's not a pun. He's like, who's trying to hurt this chicken who's doing nothing wrong? He's just being a chicken serving beer and stuff like that.
Like you have,
Like you do. And then he says, I'm the Dork, and then a big fight breaks out.
Oh, what's this going on here?
So he's grabbed somebody around the scruff of their coat or clothes and have thrown them around.
Are this random people?
You've got people who are in the inn are like all jumping into...
What's that?
That's Dork in the middle.
No, is that?
That's a bit of a chair.
Oh, I see. I thought it might be a mouse.
No mouses. No mices. So the fight continues. The shield is like, great, so now you've decided to fight everyone, because obviously the shield is bloodthirsty and wants to fight all the time. Dork's having none of it. But
what's he talking about wok for?
Wok
They're
is
cooking, are they?
no, this is sound effects.
What's wok?
So it's like wok, as in something hitting. So it's like wok, something's hitting something.
Okay.
But it's quite clear here that Dork's losing his temper and getting really angry, which the Shield was really kind of getting into. And then in the next page, he's like, snap out of it. He's like gone into a kind of a real blood rage.
So now the Shield is trying to stop him fighting. Is that right?
That's right. And then the Shield goes flying off and hits the chicken.
Oh, this poor chicken.
Whereupon the chicken has now been beheaded, and Dork is like full of regret, didn't mean to do all of that. Everyone's running out, the prophecy is true, he's going to kill us all, and all this sort of stuff.
Right, what's this thing?
So this is
a ghost.
This is the ghost of the chicken. So the chicken's head comes up as a ghost. And starts talking. And the whole thing, there's the thing about chickens. If you cut their head off, they'll run around. The body will still run around afterwards because it's like
it's the electrical.
Yeah. But that's kind of what's going on here.
But this is, I was going to say a real ghost. But in the comic, it's a ghost.
So it's a ghost of the chicken, but he's also managing to control his body.
Well, yes.
And and Dork's asking how's he alive, and the chicken's saying because you got yourself a death shield, because the shield is a magical shield,
So is he always going to have that ghost with him?
I think he is. I think they're introducing another character here.
And is the ghost good?
As far as I'm aware, yes, because he's just like the chicken who was serving in the inn.
Yes.
Yeah. So Dork is trying to work, because the chickens realised that the shield is a death shield, and anything that's killed by the death shield doesn't remain dead or something like that. It becomes a spirit.
Yeah. Doesn't rise to the higher planes.
Yeah. But the shield doesn't know what he is. He doesn't know what he is.
Well, I'm not sure I know what he is. And what's this person here?
So Dork and the chicken and the shield run off, and then we flip over now into another scene where we're seeing this is the light realm and the dark realm. So Brett's sort of mirroring each scene, but like on one side it's light and on the other side it's dark. So he's
that's very clever, mirroring, isn't it?
So this is setting another scene here. So you've got the frog wizard here from the earlier fight, all beaten up. And you've got one of the little goblins here on the other side.
So this is what they're doing, and this is what they're doing in the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So it mirrors itself.
Kind of, sort of does this.
Yeah.
But I was asking, what was this? Is that one of the knights?
So no, this I think is some kind of priest. It's some kind of high priest, a light priest. So they've got a light priest on one side and a dark priest on the other. And they're talking about this prophecy coming true about Dork, that there's a creature who's half dark and half light, and he's going to basically end...
You always have prophecies, don't you?
Yeah, you always do. Yeah, you always have prophecies in fantasy stuff. So you've got the light side talking about it here, and then the dark side, they've both got scrolls and so on. And so you've got the light side saying you've got to find him first, and the dark side saying you must find him first. And they're talking this through, and they're bringing up the best of the warriors here at the bottom.
Yeah, he looks impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other one.
I think that might be a her.
Oh, which one is a her?
I think the dark one's a her.
That's a her?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, he's got a beard. He can't be a her, can he?
No, it's not beard. It's just shadow. And not a 5 o'clock shadow either.
Okay. Are we going to see that? Are we going to see the character later?
I think we will do. This is now the end of the first issue.
Setting the scene.
Setting the scene. They've basically said the best warriors from both sides have been sent out to go and get Dork and probably kill him.
Right. What's this bit? Oh, I can see that's the That's where you can go online.
So
and
as
look
is
for more
quite
information.
yeah, as is quite common, especially in Image Comics, they allow their creators opportunity to promote themselves.
Yeah, quite right.
Yeah. So this is a caricature of Brett by himself, talking about his website where all of his you can get all of his artwork and stuff like that. And then you've got a cover gallery. This the other cover. We've talked about variant covers in other issues before. So had some really cool people. George Corona works with Scotty as well. They're going to be launching a new
Scotty,
comic.
who was that?
Scotty Young
Right.
he kind of started out as an artist, but he's become more. Even though he still draws, he draws great variant covers for Marvel. He writes a lot more than he draws now.
I'd quite like to see photographs of these people to try and get them into contests. You keep on, you say this person, that person, that person. I can't keep up with it. But if I had some photographs of them, we'll have to look for some, or I'll look for some.
Yeah.
I'll go Googling.
Yeah.
Well, I like the paper. I like the colours. Or is there something else? Just
Then you've got Image with their kind of like newsletter of what's coming up in February,
advertising.
and then there's another one of Daniel Warren Johnson's type. Daniel Warren Johnson's an amazing artist who did a fantastic run on Transformers recently. This is a really great fantasy series he wrote called The Moon is Following Us. It's really good. It's about a mother and a father trying to get their child back.
Oh, that's
Really
different series, isn't it?
really, really good.
Different series.
Really
different
good.
stories, what I was going to say. Well, I was just going to give my kind of overview of this.
Please do.
Well, I'm giving it with I like the paper.
Yeah.
And I like the way it's set out. It's not too busy
I think
and everything.
Image have really got it when it comes to into quality and getting their having good quality printing and so on. And they always have, I think, they always have really good creative teams putting their stuff together.
Yes, I like that Image, and that there was the tree and what have you. But I have to say, I would only give this probably about 4 out of 10.
Oh
And
dear.
the 4 it gets for the things I've just said. But basically, it's just fighting. And I think, oh yeah, fighting. It is, isn't it? The whole. You're looking so sad. The whole comic to me is just fighting. But maybe because I sort of don't particularly like fighty things. It's not aimed at me, is it?
If Eliza Mariah reads a lot of fantasy novels, and to be honest, she has told me that if there's a fight in it, quite often she'll skip over the fight until
Find out who's dead.
Find out who's dead, and then carry on with the story. So yeah, but as Eliza Mariah rightly said, she's not the target audience for this. I mean, me is the target audience. This is my kind of thing. I like these kind of comics.
So why have you invited me onto this?
Because it's always good to have a balanced view, to have two different
and you haven't
views.
got anybody else to ask. But I can see. It's interesting to see where it goes next. Because hopefully they're not fighting for the entire next.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have these two rival parties coming out looking for Dork, and Dork's trying to work out sort of what he is and who he is as it goes along, because he's, I
like his face. Look,
well,
it's cute.
It's just I love the way Brett draws. It's really great. It's a great sort of cartoony style. It means that you haven't got to have this sort of textbook big buff superhero kind of character. Ironically, that was a kind of what a lot of the guys who set up Image were trying to get away from. So there was
more depth to the story.
Yeah, more depth to the story.
And then they make fighting.
But to be honest, most comics have a fight of some kind in there.
Yes. Well, most, I say most, a lot of books, be they fantasy or others, have a fight. So, towards the end, it's the big finish.
Yeah.
There's likely to be a Barney. But Yes, but it gets 4 out of 10. Too much fighting.
Too much
Sorry.
fighting. Okay, but
What-
generally, but apart from that, I mean, you like the way it actually looks and everything, the way it's put together.
I do, and I take your point about the font being larger, and it's definitely a step in the right direction. Needs to get larger still, but yes, and there's some good colours. I didn't like the front cover colours, but when we got inside, I can't find them now. There were some colours.
Oh, you like the colours here on this on this
yes.
fight scene, the way they broke it.
Yes,
Broke
and
up
there
the
were
page.
some others too, which we just didn't see. So I like the colour, and I like the feel of the paper.
Paper, yeah, it's got a satin feel. It's not really glossy, but it's not too flat
It's
either.
decent, isn't
Yeah.
it? In
think in-
weight, I don't
Yeah.
know what weight it is, but
I'd say it's probably about 80 grams. It's about the same as like letter paper, but because it's got a satin finish on it, it feels slightly heavier.
it's funny. I was thinking that makes it feel lighter somehow. It feels lighter
It allows
than 80 grams.
it allows the inks to hold better and stuff like that, and to show off, the colour work and stuff like that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do one of the other episodes to see where it goes.
Yeah, we could carry on. We could pick up with Dork when the next issue comes out and see how it develops, and to see where the story goes.
Yes, and see if it can I can't really think of the word, but
Develops.
no, I can't think of words. I know what I mean. Let's hope it does that.
Okay.
At least I know. I don't know if anybody else knows. But yes, that is good.
Good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I hope everyone enjoyed hearing what we thought of Dork. Let us know in the comments what you thought. Have you read it yet? Have you been waiting for it to come out? Are you looking forward to it?
Is it available in other countries?
Yeah. Image, as I said, is an American publisher,
Oh, yeah.
so
Presumably, it's available there.
it's available there. I've got this from my local comic shop.
And Breeze, the dog, hasn't made any grumbles or
Breeze
anything.
has been a really good girl. She's behaved herself quite well here.
That's because I'm giving a fuss.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there we go, folks. So tune in next time to hear what comic we decide to talk about.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.